Josh Rock. He has a special announcement this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. It's good to see everybody. Some of you may have seen the press release last week, but in case you missed it, I just wanted to let everybody know that we were listed as a semifinalist for the Great American Main Street Award. So fewer than 1% of downtowns in the nation have ever been awarded the Great American Main Street. It's a pretty big deal. Main Street's the trade association for all of us who are doing this work in cities of all sizes across the whole country. In fact, I just saw Montgomery, Alabama was accredited as a Main Street for the first time ever last week. So when you think about this sequence, the journey that you go through in revitalizing a community, really one of the first steps is signing up for Main Street and saying, hey, yeah, we're going to get organized. We're going to share ideas with each other. We're going to figure out the best ways to do this, and we're going to implement it. And that's a journey we've been on together for almost 30 years now. But back when we started this, and I remember when downtown looked like this, only a third of our buildings had any occupant at all. The upstairs were completely abandoned. There were no entertainment venues. There were only 2 restaurants, and there weren't any people living down here. And so, I mean, to think about a journey over just a couple of decades from completely abandoned to the experts in the whole nation saying, yeah, you're one of the best downtowns in the country is an incredible turnaround. The other thing I want to say, all these awards programs, whether you're talking about the Oscars, the Emmys, or Great American Main Street, right? They're not all like perfect systems. But to even be in contention for an award like this after such a complete turnaround is really incredible. And the other thing, I want to thank Emily for being such an incredible Main Street manager, and because this would have been impossible. Emily wrote the application, but she's also individually gained credibility that made this award believable in the Main Street system. So it's not just Macon, it's definitely Emily individually here too. And then the last thing I want to say is I don't think Main Street picked us just because we're a pretty downtown, right? It's not just a matter of being a nice downtown. The thing that came through in the application and then in the interview we had to do with the awards panel was that they really believed in the Macon way. They really believed in people working together, us solving our problems cooperatively, us lifting each other up, us overcoming the divisions that we've experienced over generations that we inherited to try and make a little bit better. And it's one of the few places I think, and that they agree, where dreams still come true, where people can come, they can buy a house, they can start a business, they can live a prosperous life, and we can continue to take care of each other in all the right ways. And that's the point of cities, is us living together to make each other's lives easier. And this award is a great validation, not of us as a destination, but of Macon as a process. And here's the other thing. I think only one of us is going to win the actual award. So we're a semifinalist now. In May, one of these 8 cities is going to be the winner, and I want it to be Macon. So y'all harass Main Street America on social media, please, and let them know that they've got to finish the drill. We don't want to just be the semifinalists. We want to be the Great American Main Street this year. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And yeah, there's this great book called The Gap versus the Gain. We have this bad tendency as humans to measure ourselves against the destinations we imagine for ourselves instead of looking at the progress that we've made. And the progress that Macon has made is incredible. And so whether you buy credence in this award or not does not really matter. This is a moment for us to celebrate us, and everyone deserves it. And I'm deeply grateful to all of you. And let's take at least today until we win the full-on award, and then it's going to be a ticker tape parade for a whole week. But at least today, let's celebrate us and all the great things that we've accomplished together, and let's figure out how we can do even more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Josh. Moving along, we have some special speakers today. We have Christelle Parman with the Ecosystem Journey Map. Are you here?
Hey, Andrea, I'm here, but I didn't come alone. I came with a crew.
Absolutely. That's great.
Awesome. Good morning, y'all. So today I am wearing my Making Black Tech hat. With me, I have the cool team from Orange Sparkle Ball. I see Ashley came in. So hi, Ashley, Amy, and Michaela. So we're going to talk to you a little bit quickly about the ecosystem innovation map that we're working on, which is part of a National League of Cities initiative that Orange Sparkle Ball as a champion. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to the team and then I'll wrap up.
Amazing. Thank you, Christelle. Michaela, I'll wait for you to put the slides up, but great. Amazing. So as Christelle mentioned, we are our team, Ashley, Michaela, and I were all from Orange Sparkle Ball. And if you could move to the next slide, please. Yep, and we are an Atlanta-based impact and innovation accelerator focused on turning ideas into action. And what that means, or what that can look like, is creating organization or community-focused innovation programs, running data-driven pilots to demonstrate proof of the future state, and creating those multifaceted communication strategies to stakeholders and developing environments to support progress towards key metrics or key performance indicators. And for this project, Macon Black Tech was a really ideal ecosystem partner in Macon and the surrounding areas because of their keen interest and experience in fostering inclusive innovation within this local Macon community. Next slide, please. As an overview for this project, we partnered with Macon Black Tech as one of our ecosystem partners for the 2023 top NLC Sprint, as Christelle mentioned, top being the opportunity project by the US Census, NLC being National League of Cities, with a goal to support the design of precision interventions to support the further development of innovation ecosystems. So the goal here, or our end goal that we're working towards currently, is creating an accessible tool for mapping ecosystems effectively and identifying potential areas for development and intervention design. As like a high level process overview, our project can be broken down into design of the overall project and identifying Macon Black Tech as a key ecosystem partner, identifying the ecosystem, meaning like the key players in the Macon innovation ecosystem, and then where we are currently, the survey dissemination phase, which Michaela can talk about more in detail on the next slide. After the survey is disseminated, we collect all the information we need, we will go into data review and network map creation with a final end goal of creating a comprehensive ecosystem dashboard. And I will hand it off to Michaela to talk more about the survey.
Sure. Thanks, Amy. Yes, so I just wanted to give a quick make sure everybody understands exactly like the purpose of this project and what we hope you guys get out of it. Because this is designed to, we're doing it with a couple different partners, and it's really designed to be, by the community for the community. So hopefully this is actually useful for you guys and not just a fun project that you get a little something out of at the end. So we're really trying to gain an in-depth understanding of change makers within Macon. We chose that language specifically because we're really looking for people who are really active in the community, innovators, but we're also looking for people to self-select in. So we're trying to make sure that that's as inclusive as possible. So if we use words like innovator, a lot of times people end up thinking about it as like as entrepreneurs, and maybe that doesn't really apply to them so much, so they may self-select out. And we don't want that to happen. We want people from all elements of the community who are active, who are working to make changes either in their own part of Macon or in other parts of the community, to recognize that this applies to them and to hopefully participate. So the survey itself is happening in two parts. The first part, some of you may have taken part in, I know Christelle was integral in making that happen, distributing well, not so much the survey, but a small survey then to try to identify some of the organizations where a lot of these change makers are working or volunteering, and using that to help build up the survey that is current distribution now. So it's two parts and we're in phase 2. So right now we have that survey distributing, and I'll talk about it a little bit on the next slide. But first I wanted to show you guys a little bit about the end product. And so we've done this again with a couple other partners, and we are releasing an ecosystem dashboard. And so you guys will expect to see something like that. Excuse me. So this is an example of one that we've done for one of our other partners. It's the hatchery over at Emory University, if you're familiar, in Atlanta, where we're based. So this is kind of like an example of like the map that was produced, and it's kind of colored by some of the goals and the things that they were specifically interested in. So the one for Macon will obviously look a little bit different because it'll be not just your data, but also some of the goals about what, at least as we've spoken to Christelle, we've identified as being really important to you guys. So this is just the sort of thing that you'll get. Everybody should be able to have access to it. Sorry, it's taking a second to load. Sometimes my computer is slow in the morning, but there'll be different maps, a lot of different information, and everybody should be able to have access to this. So not just the people who helped design the survey and participated, but hopefully everybody that took it, because this is supposed to be community owned data. And then they'll have, of course, things that are specific to make the end. But I'll just move on to the survey then real quick and we can do that. So one of the big parts is we're coming towards the end of survey distribution. We've been at it for a little bit, but we are hoping to really make a final push. We're currently at about 58 responses, and we're hoping to reach at least 100. It looks like the survey distribution is really kind of going beyond the original scope, which is awesome. We were really hoping to snowball sample and a lot of people to self-select in. So that means maybe if we can get 100, that's awesome. But if we can get more, that's better. So what our real ask here today is, why we wanted to make sure we talk to you guys, is obviously you have big presences in the community. And we wanted to make sure that if you haven't taken the survey yet, please do, and also distribute it to your network. 30 minutes to complete. Is worth it, hopefully. I'm gonna just kind of give an overview of the timeline real quick here. And just a reminder that we're hoping to close the survey within the next couple weeks. We might end up extending it if need be. But then if we finish it by that time, hopefully we'll have that system partner down that we showed there for me pretty quickly there. Did anybody have any questions about that? And I'll drop the link to the survey. Krista, was there anything else you wanted to say?
Well, thank you everyone for your time. And the cool thing about the survey is, oh, I thought my camera was on. The cool thing about the survey is it helps us to kind of like learn from each other's experiences as entrepreneurs, nonprofit individuals and leading nonprofits or that are part of nonprofits. And as we gather the data, what we'll be doing is sharing the experiences together. And as Michaela mentioned, it's an open source data that will be available to all of us. So I know that 30 minutes sounds overwhelming. It didn't take everyone 30 minutes. I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, I'll be brief, and if you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you. Thank you for letting us crash the party, Emily.
You're always welcome.
Quick question about the survey. Is it specific to entrepreneurs and the business people downtown, or did y'all want locals taking it as well? Like, would we need to distribute it to like our local workers, et cetera?
Yes, it's not only specific to downtown. The short answer to your question is yes. Yeah, it's for everyone.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Crystal, and your team. Some really valuable information. Moving along, we have Hannah with the Cherry Blossom Festival overview.
Good morning. How is everybody? We have about 5 weeks until the Pinkest Party on Earth returns. So I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time and give you an overview of what that looks like. So we have the return of the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park, formerly known as Central City Park. That's where we have our amusement rides, the nightly concert series, our food vendors, shows and attractions, all of those things, vendors as well. Those are for the full 10 days. You can visit our website because we do have some updated times this year. So visit our website, and I'll go over that when I finish with CCP. But that's the full 10 days. Then we go ahead and we kick it off with the Cherry Blossom Ball that first Friday night, We're expecting another sellout event. We've sold out the last 2 years. That's at Macon City Auditorium. We're going to have Mary Pinson designing it. We have a great caterer that's going to have a beautiful steak dinner. I'm very excited about it. We've got to test it last week and it was delicious. And we'll have a special performance by Robert McDuffie. And then we'll also have the Atlanta Groove Factory coming to perform for us for the evening. So that'll be really, really fun. We move into that next couple of days where we have our race days downtown. That's where we have our bed race, our musical chairs this year, which is a little bit different. So in the past, last year we had a trash can trot. This year it's going to be a musical chair event where we are going to have people in inflatable animal costumes participating in musical chairs. So we always like to add a fun little component for people to bring their kids and watch. So that'll be that first Saturday, March 16th. That's on Cherry and 3rd Street. So that kicks off at noon with the wiener dog race where we have about 50 wiener dogs that come out and it's adorable. And the musical chairs will be from 1 to 1:30. And then the return of the bed race, which we continuously are told is a lot of people's favorite event. And last year, the fire department, their vets and rookies lost to Georgia Power. So we've been told they're already practicing for this year to regain their title. So looking forward to that first Saturday. Something we'll have again this year is the Ultimate Air Dock Diving Competition. So that's on 2nd Street from Poplar to Cherry Street. We're excited. We have some new vendors coming in this year, dog vendors, as well as some other vendors to bring people out for that event. And then the fire department is also going to do their own thing from Cherry, from 3rd to 2nd Street, where they're going to have a car show. So they did it last year, but they're going to be bringing some more in. And that brought a lot of people from more than just Macon. So we're excited about that. And then, of course, we have the Cherry Blossom Parade that first Sunday. So it's at 3 p.m., starts on Cherry Street from MLK, goes all the way to 1st Street, turns right onto 1st Street, and then comes down Mulberry and ends at the end of that street. So that'll be fun. Miss Carla Redding Andrews will be serving as our Grand Marshal this year, as well as our festival chair. So we'll have the Otis Redding Foundation featured to begin the parade, which is always going to be wonderful. And then we go straight into the 3rd Street Park festivities. If you're not familiar with Cherry Blossom, that's where the festival actually began. So that's a legacy event for us. That's where the pink donuts, pink cherry Coke, pink ice cream, all that fun stuff and live music is. So that'll be great. And then that second weekend, we come back with the Food Truck Frenzy, which, similar to last year, will be from Cherry Street to 2nd Street. We have that road blocked, and then the food trucks come onto Cherry and 3rd Street. So we're looking forward to a great event there. And this is kind of secret again. They have not announced it formally, but we know the Atlanta Braves are coming that first Saturday. So not the players themselves, but the organization. And they bring a lot of little leaguers and a lot of families from around the area because they want to come take pictures with game bats, balls, jerseys, all the whole 9 yards. So that's really exciting. We end the festival on the 24th. So it's from March 15th to the 24th this year. That goes into the festival finale. That's where we have our fireworks. We'll have Ernest performing. And we also have something new at Carolyn Creighton Park this year. Thanks to Piedmont Hospital, we're going to have hot air balloon rides every evening, weather permitting, from 5 to 8. So it's $10 for tethered hot air balloon rides. And so that's really exciting. We also have some really fun animal exhibits this year. People have been asking us to bring an animal component to the park. So we'll have the Sea Lion Splash. We'll also have the Ready Go Dog Show, which is professional Frisbee dog entertainment. So they perform all over the country in NFL games. So that'll be really cool. We'll also have the return of the famous human cannonball. We have been told every year if we do not bring him back, people will be upset. So the human cannonball, I can confirm, will be back. And then we have some new thrill shows like the Nerveless Knox and Sarah Twister. And she is a one-of-a-kind professional foot archer. So I'll let you marinate on that for a second. But she's a contortionist and has some added thrill shows as well. I'll go quickly over our nightly concert series. We have Demon Jones from Jones County. He's opening it up for us. We have national country artist Parmalee that first Saturday. Then we have local group Cash's Juke Joint on the Sunday, March 17th. We then go into Monday, March 18th with DJ Blackjack from Cumulus. And then on Tuesday, March 19th, we have The Return, which is really exciting. Then we'll also have the Velcro Pygmies coming up on that Wednesday. AJ the DJ that Thursday. Friday's show we will be announcing later this week, but it's a hip hop group and another singer, so we're very excited about that. It's 2 in 1. And then we'll have Bryce Leatherwood that first Saturday and Ernest on the Sunday to close us out. We have, like I said, some new park hours. So those are at, like I said, Carolyn Creighton Park. Fridays we open at 12, close at 10. Saturdays it's 10 to 10. Sundays it's 12 to 9, and Monday through Thursday it's 12 to 9. Obviously, we have a lot going on in those 10 days. Last year, we were blessed to have a $5.5 million economic impact over those 10 days. We had an increase of 21% of visitors coming from 50 miles and more. So obviously, we want to bring Macon together, Central Georgia together, but we're really focusing on that 50 to 100-mile radius this year. We have billboards going around all over the state, as well as targeted social media marketing. So we just have to say thank you to all the business owners for letting us put this festival on and letting us have this opportunity. We're really appreciative of what you all do. And I just want to give a special shout out to Emily. Thank you so much for helping us as well. And congratulations on y'all's award. We will definitely share on our Facebook page to get people to vote. But we have, like I said, 10 days of fun. We want to bring the community together. We want to bring visitors from around the state together. And we do have people that travel from around the country and even internationally. So if y'all have any questions for me, let me know. We will start passing out the flyers with the street closures, as well as wrap cards and kind of marketing materials by the end of this month. So you'll get those, and we'll get ready for the Pinkest Party. So thank you for your time.
Very exciting. That's all. I always look forward to the cherry blossom every year. Moving along as far as cherry blossom goes, we do have some special guests to speak on behalf of how their businesses are successful during the festival itself. Starting off with Caitlin Crescent from Fall Line Brewing.
Hey guys, goodness. Good morning, and thank you guys so much for having me. Hannah, that is a very long list of events, and that's super exciting. So if you are a business owner on here, that should really pique your interest and get you very excited, because that means that those are a lot of opportunities for collaboration. Like Andrea said, my name is Caitlin Crescent. I own Just Tapped and Fall Line Brewing Company. And something that we really focus on in our business when we get prepared for Cherry Blossom are different programming and specials and events that we can really focus on to drive customers to our doors, so that if Cherry Blossom is hosting Food Truck Frenzy, for example, maybe we are having pink yoga in our garden to get people to come and park at Fall Line, start their day there before going over to Food Truck Frenzy. Maybe we're doing pink beer slushies and promoting that throughout the week, so that when people are hot and tired from being in CCP, they can come downtown, grab a bite to eat, and have a beer slushie. We've seen a lot of success in doing that, and it's really easier than some people might think it is. If you can think pink, you can probably come up with some sort of special that matches your business and what it is that you do, whether that be cookie decorating kits or some sort of pink coleslaw on a fish taco, or any number of things to get you prepared for Cherry Blossom. If you're a newer business owner and you don't know what to expect for Cherry Blossom, it's definitely busy. It's busier than you would think. I always like to have more staff on hand than maybe I think I need. And then there's no harm in cutting them early. So if you've got a couple extra hands, you can bring them in, and then you realize maybe it's not busy that day or you don't need as many people. I assure you they'd be happy to head home and take a nap and get ready for the weekend before it gets really, really busy. So keep that in mind as you're staffing your businesses. And if you have any ideas or want to run anything past us at Fall Line for collaboration, we'd be happy to help you and help promote. We've got lots of exciting events coming up this Cherry Blossom that hopefully spill over into your businesses as well, so that people come out and have some pink beer and then go eat at some great places and go shopping at all the awesome retail locations and think pink.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Moving along, we got Scott Mitchell from the Bohemian Den. Welcome, Scott.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and thank y'all for having me this morning. I just wanted to go over a couple of things that we have learned over the past 7 years with the Cherry Blossom Festival. So, and especially with new businesses, I want y'all to think about this because there was a time when I thought as a business, I had to make every single thing in my business pink, and I literally thought that the only way that I was going to make money was to turn the entire store pink. And then COVID happened. And if y'all remember, COVID occurred on March 20th-ish, around that date. And that was right in the middle of Cherry Blossom Festival. And so there were a lot of businesses that had really bought a lot of pink stuff in order to prepare for Cherry Blossom. Then the festival was canceled. And we were stuck with pink stuff for probably the year and a half after that. And for me, I'd invested probably $30,000 worth of money into pink items that I almost lost my butt on. And so I have learned a lot because of that. And what I have learned since COVID is I don't have to turn my entire store pink in order to make money during Cherry Blossom. And so I want y'all to understand that fact. One thing is Cherry Blossom does a very, very good job now of putting merchandise section in CCP, so we don't have to be so heavily pink. That does not mean that you don't need to order some Cherry Blossom stuff for your store. It's great to have items that are Cherry Blossom related, Cherry Blossom earrings, Cherry Blossom whatever, but do not feel to be part of Cherry Blossom you have to turn your entire store into a Cherry Blossom store. The Cherry Blossom Festival does a very good job of doing that in CCP, and we can send people there if they want Cherry Blossom merchandise. In your store, if you decorate things with pink, do pink in the windows, like do some kind of really interesting display using everything that you have in your store that's pink, people are still going to come in your store and shop. And so that's one thing I want to make sure that everyone knows is you do not have to be the Cherry Blossom store in order to make money during Cherry Blossom. Number two, if you can, open your doors. If it's not too windy or not too cold, people love when the doors are open, propped open, and they feel like they can just walk in and out of your store easily. It's very inviting. If you want and it makes sense, you can find local musicians who will play in front of your store for very inexpensive. It does not cost a lot of money. There are people that will play anywhere from $50 to $125, and they will play in front of your store. Music always brings people in. So check with the surrounding areas and make sure there's not somebody else already having music around you so you don't compete. But music is a very, very good idea to bring people into your shops. And then tell everybody that works for you what is going on. There's nothing worse than someone coming in and asking like directions. How do I get to CCP? Do y'all know what's going on up on 2nd Street? The number one question we get asked is, anybody know where the porta potties are? That's probably the number one question that we get asked. So if you can find out those things before the festival, if there's a map or something that you can have in your shop so that you can answer people's questions. Almost everyone that we get during the festival, I would probably say 70-75% are from out of town, and they're going to have questions. They're going to want to know, where's this? Where is that? Do you know what's going on tonight? That's a big question. Do you know what concerts are going on tonight? And Hannah just told us tons of stuff that's happening. So if your employees know those answers to those questions, it's going to make for a much better festival. And it will also kind of create a place where you are a community resource. And I will tell you, if you can answer people's questions, then guess what? When they have another question, they're probably going to come back to your store to find out the answer. And guess what happens when they come into your store? They buy things. And so if you can create that space of being a community resource for people, it kind of builds that brand awareness and kind of builds your brand. And I think one of the things that people don't think about enough as small business owners are that you are a brand. just like McDonald's, just like Walmart, you're a brand also. And so if you can become that community resource where people come to ask questions, that's another really good hint on how to make some more money, because people will come to you to find out the answer to their questions. And that's about all I have. I will say, if anybody needs ideas or wants to talk to me, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm almost always at Eleanor's nowadays, but please feel free to stop by or reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions y'all might have. Also, just a little tidbit of advice. The Saturday, the first Saturday of Cherry Blossom is our biggest Saturday. The second Saturday of Cherry Blossom is usually probably about 3/4 as big as the first one. So that first Saturday is usually our biggest one. And it is because for us, the races and stuff are directly in front of the shop right there. I've had several people reach out to me already and ask me, so we are located up near their H&H, that whole strip of stores right there. How do we benefit from Cherry Blossom? And so some other people on this call might have similar questions, like how do you benefit if the stuff is down here on Cherry and you're a good bit away? The only thing that I can think of would be when you're on social media, tag the Cherry Blossom Festival in your post, tag Downtown Macon in your post, make sure that you are tagging those people so that you can bring more people to your business. If you're running specials, make sure that you're tagging the Cherry Blossom Festival so when people search, they can find you.
Absolutely. All great ideas, Scott. The next person that we have on this discussion is Jeremy Jackson with Daiquiris and More.
All right, thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. A lot of great information from both Caitlin and Scott there, and I don't want to take up too much of your time kind of running down the same things, but I will kind of say what's worked for us over the past 5 years of being in business. I think, and what we all want to make sure we take advantage of is like what we spoke, Hannah spoke about earlier, is the option for actual exposure when it comes to photo opportunities. A lot of times what we're seeing a lot more of is a lot more people are on social media. They want to take photos, videos, they want to be seen. So try taking a look at having some photo opportunities, different backdrops with your logo, different lighting, cherry blossom leaves, pedestals, things of that nature. That way folks can kind of take a few keepsake items with them, memorable, that they'll be able to scroll through, post on social media, and that helps us all. Anytime your logo, your neighbor's logo is in your background, is definitely beneficial. So again, making sure the outsides of your shops are definitely presentable at all times, making sure they're clean, free of trash, things of that nature. Because even though definitely, you know, downtown and BID does an amazing job of keeping the streets clean, it's still one of those things where the outside of your shops, just because of that many people, it can get a bit busy and it may be some trash left over after hours at times. So definitely make sure you're paying attention to that. But again, promotional items, different things like that to take with them. If you have cups, for example, are even going to be giving out bottles of water during the daytime as people are passing by, things of that nature, consider some type of branding of some sort, a sticker or whatever it may be, to kind of, again, get your name out there. Because even though they may not be shopping with you, again, them having the ability to look at your photo and logos and things of that nature definitely helps drive that traffic back to you eventually. Another thing I want to touch on as far as like with the supplies and things of that nature, having backup options definitely will be important because again, like Scott mentioned, we do plan to have a lot of things on hand, but we never know when things may run out. It may be a supply shortage of some type, and you don't want that to ever throw off your complete plan. So definitely have a few backup options. That way you never actually fall short when, hey, it's game time for you. You have that crowd in place and hey, something went wrong. Always have that plan, be ready to step in. And that way customers would never know you missed a beat. So definitely keep that option in mind. And again, just like I said, as far as the after hours display, you're again, with as many people that will be out just walking the streets at all times of the day, you definitely want to make sure that they can see you, your shop is seen. So just making sure, again, you have the right signage out, working with the partners that are down towards on Presidential and up the other side of town as well, just trying to make sure you're partnering with them. That way, when we're working together, kind of networking and sharing information, when they're stopping with us, they kind of see them out there as well on their way out of town. They may say, hey, I want to stop and get a different item that wasn't available downtown, or maybe a different experience. So by all means, networking, communicating, sharing information will definitely be important. But I think, again, all great information, and that's my experience on Cherry Blossom.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you, Caitlin and Scott, also. We appreciate all your time this morning. Moving along, outside of Cherry Blossom, we do have a full month of events planned. So to kind of go over those, Emily, if you don't mind discussing those a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So this month, and as we segue into Cherry Blossom, things are really starting to pick back up and get really busy. There are a lot of holidays to take advantage of. So I want to be sure that y'all are thinking about those. This month is Black History Month. So this is a great opportunity to share that history and highlight our Black-owned businesses in downtown Macon. Tomorrow, February 7th, we are hosting a girls' night out, and the theme is Babes Brunch. So a lot of you have sent in specials for that. Brunch specials and drinks, and some retailers are staying open late. So if you miss that and you still want to participate, let us know today and we'll add that to the Facebook event. And that is running from 5 to 8 tomorrow evening. So we want y'all to be sure you can take advantage of that. Also tomorrow night is Grace Potter at the Capitol. So that should be a good show that brings a lot of people downtown. On February 9th, the Douglas is doing their Black History Month film series, and they have a couple of movie screenings throughout the month. So be sure to follow them on Facebook to see that. And then also on February 9th, there is Orleans at the Grand. So that'll be a big show. And then also that night is stand-up comedy with Zane Lamprey at Fall Line Brewing Company. So lots of shows that evening. So just be aware of it, that more people may be out than typical on that evening. And then on February 11th, the Valentine's Market will take place at Fall Line Brewing Company. This always brings a ton of people downtown on a Sunday afternoon. So that might be a great collaboration you can do with Fall Line to try and drive traffic into your business once people are done shopping over there. And then on February 13th is actual Mardi Gras Day, Fat Tuesday. And then the next day is Valentine's Day. So I know all of you have posted your Valentine's specials. And if you haven't, the time is now. Be sure to get those up so people can see that and can make their plans. I know there are a lot of last minute planners out there. I myself is one of them. So it's not too late to share anything you may be doing for that, which is happening next week. And then on February 16th, the Steep Canyon Rangers will be at the Capitol, which should be a good show. And then February 26th, Jesus Christ Superstar will be at the Grand Opera House, which again should be a really big show. And then we have First Friday on March 2nd, and that is our Seuss on the Loose event, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a minute, how you can participate in that. But before I move on, are there any other events anybody would like to share or highlight? All right. Well, looks like we had
I have one. Sorry, I couldn't get my unmute.
No, you're good.
Susanna Maddox here, y'all. Good morning. This has been a wealth of information. Thank you. I think I didn't see on the list, and I don't think you just said it, but Monday is the Macon Mercer Symphony Orchestra. And it's going to be hopefully some of you have been to these concerts, but it's going to be another exciting evening, and welcoming back a Mercer alum, Kay Harada Katara is really his name. I think lovingly he's called Kay by friends and close colleagues. But he went to Mercer and is now the maestro at Savannah Philharmonic, and he's coming into town for this concert. It's going to be a really exciting evening and a great opportunity to bring your galentine or your valentine, or bring your whole crew. And also the Grand is offering some packages for date option, like bringing you in a date and I can't even see if Julie is on here. She could speak to it more, but also Macon Magazine is offering a special if you enter in when you're buying your ticket. If you enter in the code local soul, you get a discount on your ticket. So again, that's the Macon Mercer Symphony Orchestra. It's Monday night at 7:30 at the Grand. So thank you.
Okay, awesome. Kaylee, did you want to talk about Shamrock and
Yeah.
Ride?
Can you hear me? Yes. Sometimes my computer's crazy. Yes, we have Shamrock Ride coming up on March 9th. So that is a fundraiser for Bike Walk Macon. It is a scavenger hunt where we will highlight a bunch of local businesses within a 5-mile radius of downtown. And participants will either bike or walk to those locations to earn points. And we are seeking activity partners right now. So if you want to highlight your business and host a fun activity for participants to come and complete for points, I put some links in the chat. So we would love to have you. It's free to participate. And we're expecting probably 100 people from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, March 9th. So we'd love to have any business that would like to participate.
That's awesome. That's always a really fun event. So if y'all can take advantage of that, be sure to do so. And then I want to shout out Brianna in the chat. She mentioned that Quill will be open late after the symphony, and they'll do 50% off your first drink if you show your ticket. So that's a great example of a way to capitalize on these events that are going on downtown and collaborate with other venues and businesses. So there are lots of ways you can get creative to really maximize anything that's happening downtown. And then Caitlin posted a really cool new event that's happening, Art After Dark at Fall Line on March 2nd. Caitlin, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Or anybody from Fall Line?
Sure, yeah. So we did the intercity trip with Newtown and Visit Macon to Tulsa this past year, and an event that they had in their local amphitheater was called Art After Dark. So at night they have artists and craft vendors come out and sell their products, and there's lots of glowing lights and fun music. And so we stole Tulsa's idea and figured if Tulsa can do it, we can do it better. So we are having a huge festival across the street from Fall Line called Art After Dark, and we're going to have artist vendors. We're going to have lots of glowing neons. We're going to have DJ Uh-Oh. We're going to have a big glowing galaxy tunnel that you walk through to get to the festival. We're going to have a live glass blower. I'm working on a fire breather. I'll let you know if I get that one. And lots of other fun events. So it's going to be really cool. It's going to be very unique. It's going to happen March 2nd from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So if you are an artist or know an artist who would like to secure one of those vendor spots, definitely send them our way. But if you have any ideas for collaboration or participation, definitely send those our way too.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Hey, my name's Lacey. I'm repping the Splatter Studio. I hope everybody has seen our big old sign down there. We're excited. This is going to be our first Cherry Blossom. We're not going to have the shop open in time for Cherry Blossom just yet, but it is coming along quite nicely and is looking amazing. So we're going to be participating in a lot of little events. We are going to be looking for people during Cherry Blossom to come through to start passing out brandings and things like that. We've already got a list of people that I'm going to be talking to on this meeting. But one of the big things that we're going to be looking for as well is people that might be having events coming up before our opening that we can collab with. So I'll be reaching out to all of y'all individually and sending out a schedule, Emily, Andrea, to you guys so that we can get like our stuff posted. We have a big Macon meeting coming up. We're also going to looking for partners in the area that may be interested in doing what we're going to be basically get like 10%, 5%, 7% of sales when you send people to us during that first few weeks of our opening. And we'll be coming around and passing out stuff and talking to each individual business owners for that. So I appreciate everybody's patience while we get everything up and running. We're super excited, and we're just really excited to be. I'm actually in Atlanta training right now this week, so y'all pardon this in a hotel room. But we are super excited to be with you guys. And as you can see on my background, this is what you guys have to look forward to. And I'll be reaching out individually. I think I have almost everybody's email address on here now as far as Newtown. Caitlin, I know I have yours. And Scott, I'll probably be reaching out to you as well. So if you guys think of any ideas or any pop-up events that you guys might want to help us out with, please reach out to us and I'll stay in touch with everybody.
Lacey, can you give us like a 1-2 sentence description of what Splatter Studios is if people aren't familiar?
Yeah, so the Splatter Studio is an action-based art studio representing from the Jackson Pollock movement in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. So basically, I lovingly have been calling it Art Rage Room because you can come in and you'll be given multiple different canvas sizes. And the point of it is to not focus on the straight lines and the sunshine and the perfect rooftop. Is to leave all of your emotions right there on the canvas. So when you walk in, it's literally going to look like a canvas, like you walked into a Jackson Pollock painting. And we're going to be more adult themed in this one. This is going to be our cornerstone store. So this is the Macon store is going to be the basis of how we expand from here. So we're going to have our own bar inside of it and be more adult focused and very Macon themed. So I'm very excited about that, being a local Macon girl. But we will have family events and stuff on Sunday as well. But the whole goal of it is for you to walk in and feel like you're in a live painting.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We're super excited for y'all to come downtown. That'll be a great addition. Any other events? Okay, just one reminder to always add Downtown Macon as a co-host to any event you post on Facebook. That then populates the Downtown Macon events tab on the Downtown Macon Facebook page. So when people are coming downtown for Cherry Blossom or any night of the week, they can just use that as a downtown calendar and see all the wonderful things that are happening and discover all of these great events. So I'll just jump right into the opportunities for collaboration. I mentioned the Babes Brunch, which is tomorrow. If you have a brunch special, send that to me today and we can get that added to the Facebook event. We have Seuss on the Loose coming up during March 1st Friday. This is an event we do every year. I think this is now the 5th year that we've done it. So it's one that brings a ton of families downtown because we're able to partner with the United Way of Central Georgia and the Macon-Bibb County school system to promote it to all the families in the school system. So this is a great way to engage with families if that's an audience that you are interested in tapping into. So we do this in celebration of Dr. Seuss's birthday and to align with Read Across America Week, which is celebrated throughout all the schools all over the country. And so we do Seuss-themed activities. We are changing the location of our hub for Seuss on the Loose this year. It is going to be on 3rd Street between Cherry and Mulberry Street. So where Cherry Blossom does their 3rd Street activities, we're moving a block over this year, and we're going to be closing the street to be sure we have plenty of space for all the activities and also to make it a really safe environment for families coming downtown. We will have a lot of different community partners and music and things like that, but this is a great opportunity to welcome people into your business. We have 3 ways you can participate. One, you can be a stop on our story walk. So we will take the pages of a Dr. Seuss book and put them in the windows of businesses so that families can go around and read the book while they're exploring downtown. We'll also do a scavenger hunt. So if you would like to be a stop on that, let us know. And you can also offer a Seuss-themed activity by adopting a book and doing a game or doing a special or doing readings and things like that. I know Piedmont has done a roast beast sandwich from the Grinch a couple of years. Mulgy Brew Pub has done green eggs and ham. So, dive into those memories from elementary school and think about all those whimsical Seuss things and ways you can capitalize on that and get families in and spending money with your business during March 1st Friday. And then on March 17th, which is a Sunday, and also the day of the Cherry Blossom Parade, that's St. Patrick's Day. So we are going to create a Facebook event that lists all the specials that businesses have going on that day. So if you're planning to offer a St. Patrick's Day special, you're hosting a party, or doing green food or something like that, please let us know so we can add that to the event and capitalize on that traffic that's coming downtown on that Sunday, and that's in town for Cherry Blossom. So this could be a really big day for downtown, and we want to help y'all maximize that and promote it. Any questions about any of those upcoming events? All right, I will send it all in the recap email so you have it and know how you can plug in and participate. But that's all I have. Oh, wait, I do have one more thing. Sorry. In the chat, I dropped a link to this. This is something we publish for y'all every year that lists all the major events that happen in downtown, so you can have a reference of those throughout the year. It also has our list for First Friday dates and deadlines for participating, as well as our DMCA meeting dates. So we have switched our meeting schedule where we meet in person quarterly. So that lists the dates where we'll meet in person versus Zoom. So be sure to put those on your calendar. And of course, you'll still get reminders like you always do about meetings. And then finally, we are hosting a training on Tuesday, February 20th, about how to get Gen Z to support your small businesses. So this is a generation that's a little bit different from generations that we are accustomed to marketing to and getting into our businesses. So we're going to talk about what are the things that make them tick, what motivates them, what makes them want to go into a business and purchase. And we'll have some examples from business owners of how they're capitalizing on that generation and looking to bring them in creative ways they're doing that. So again, all that will be sent out in the recap email, so you will have a reference for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. Last but not least, we have Danielle Myers from Riverside Storage. She is our business spotlight. Danielle, are you here?
I am. Good morning. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited to be hearing great information. Great information. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce Riverside Storage. If you guys are originally from Macon, you may be familiar with the building. It's the old Macon Telegraph. And what we have done is we've reconstructed part of that building in 2022 and have 274 self-storage units there. They're all climate control. We also have some warehouse space. But this could be a good opportunity for maybe some downtown business owners that may need some extra storage for inventory, or, you know, all these lofts down here that are going up. If, you know, maybe we could collaborate with everyone and just kind of help get the word out about, you know, what we have. And we also are doing specials for downtown residents. And of course, Mercer students and things of that sort. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and let you guys know that we're open, and I would love to work with anyone that is here and may need some space. I'm gonna drop my information in the chat, and you can get in touch with me that way.
Absolutely. Appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, that concludes the meeting for today. Just for a reminder, our next meeting is Tuesday, March 5th, and that will be an in-person meeting at the Lofts on Capricorn. So trying something a little bit different, going around and featuring some of our downtown businesses. So, all right, we'll see you next month.
All right. Thank you.